Hi everyone, this is Maria Rodriguez. For week 6, we were told that we needed to bring out 4 concepts, 2 for GPA and 2 for PSML. So that's what I'm going to be working on. The 4 concepts that I wanted to work on were Waldo's ethical obligation and group theory for GPA. And for the leadership is value-based leadership and transformational leadership. Waldo's ethical obligation starts with the Constitution. In order to be a public servant, we must follow the 12 obligations, which are broken down for government responsibility. So if we look at the graph, we can see that there's a couple entities, but there was a few that I wanted to focus on specifically. Because Waldo states to us that as public administrators, we have an obligation to oversee uh, its citizens. For us to be ethically correct, we must follow the Constitution and the law and have democracy and um, look at the interest of the people. All of his obligations are important, but like I said earlier, I wanted to focus a little bit more on, 3 specific ones just because I liked what he had to say about them. But the Constitution states that we are to find the pursuit of happiness, liberty, equality, justice, all of that. So, in order to have that, as public administrators, we're responsible to provide that. Also, he looks at professionalism and how professionalism is important when being a public administrator. And we have to be able to look at the professional way of doing things and be ethically correct. Even if we have families and friends that may not agree, we have to be able to stand by the Constitution and by the land, the motherland. Also, he states we must look at self. We must look at ourselves and look at what is it that we're contributing and how we're doing that. Um, he also looks at, the friends and family and how we sometimes, uh, being administrators or higher ups, we tend to look at family and friends and think that they are able to influence us versus what we need to do as a public administrator. So that's basically his 12 ethical obligations, just to look at what is the people's need and how we can achieve it. The second theory I wanted to look at was group theory. And group theory is individuals with common interests that come together in formal and informal ways to press their demands onto the government. So, this is individuals who want to be able to get their point across by grouping together with people that have the same interests as them. These groups also tend to have influence by numbers, by wealth, by organizational strength, um, and they tend to come together. And the group theory is also related to the elite theory. The elite theory is people that are in power that tend to ask for the things that they want or the things that they're looking for. Um, the elite the elite group shapes the masses versus the masses opinion being shaped by the elite. Um, and we need to be able to understand how group theory gives us specific ideas of how we need to be able to look at uh, everybody as a whole, but many times it's the elite theory that gives us the policies and the things that they want because they have the influential power to do so. Now, looking at the value-based leadership, we look at what does that mean? Value-based leadership is a shared core value system for a leader. It's the way a leader may behave or process procedures or services. This leader tends to be more of a servant type of leader. They like to work with their team to see what they can do to meet the change or how they can inspire their teammates. This also relates to Folick and how she looks at groups and how administrators or public managers need to get involved with their groups and be open to the groups coming together with ideas, and instead of being top down, it's more of a collaborative uh, suggestion. As we can see here, the value-based leadership is based on the behaviors that we are as people. So how do we live is that's what we demonstrate, but everything else underneath us is the values, the beliefs, and the worldviews, which is what is true to us. uh, Folick also goes into, talking about the unity, and for us to be able to um, have that unity within any group, we need to be able to believe in ourselves and our values. Looking at the transformational leadership, we can go back to the Declaration of Independence. It focused on life, liberty, equality, justice, community, and the pursuit of happiness. The transformational leader is one that wants to be able to impact and influence their employees. It's a leader who is willing to allow its employees to do the things that they need to do without being um, constantly watching them or constantly telling them what to do. This leader trusts in his employees and understands that they'll get done the things that need to get done. This also goes back to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. In order to achieve this, we must um, be able to believe in our employees and be able to become a leader that is considerate and that looks at the whole situation, looks at his employees and realizes that they're human beings and they also have needs. With transformational leadership, we can also bring in Follett. She believed that um, coming together as a group and being able to work together and listen to the employees, you would have a better result. These are my references. If you guys could please just leave your comments underneath. If I missed anything or like to add anything, please let me know. Thank you. Have a great day.